Okay, boys, so we're going to go through some more examples. So we're up to example 4. So we're going to complete 4.5 kilograms equals how many grams? We're going to grams. Grams are smaller than kilograms, so we're going to a smaller unit. We multiply by, look for your prefix, there's the 2 letters. First letter is K. K is for kilo, and that is 1,000. So we're timesing by 1,000. So 4.5 times 1,000 gives you 4,500 grams. Next one, 750 milliliters to litres. We're going to a bigger unit this time. Litres are bigger than milliliters. So we're going to be dividing because we're going to a bigger unit. We're going to divide by whatever the prefix tells us is the number. The prefix here is little m, milli. Milli is 1,000. So we're going to divide by 1,000. So 750 divided by 1,000 equals 0.75, and put your litres on the end. All right, next question. So we have 12 kilolitres and we're going to litres. So we're going to a smaller unit this time, so we're timesing. Look for your prefix, there it is, it's the little k. K for kilo is 1,000, so we're going to times by 1,000. 12 times 1,000 is 12,000 litres. And the next one, millimetres to metres. Metres are bigger than millilitres. Millimetres are this big, metres are this big, so these are bigger, so we're going to divide this time. Look for your prefix, it's m for milli. Milli is 1,000, so we're going to divide by 1,000. 65 divided by 1,000 is 0.065 metres. Okay, now this next question is a challenging one. It's a multiple choice question, but there's a lot involved in it. So I'm just going to cover up the working at the moment. We're just going to look at the actual question. Which length is the shortest? Now, if you look at the 4 options they've given you there, they're in different units. So I'm looking for the one that's got the same units. So millimetres is mentioned twice. So we're going to keep those 2 in millimetres and we're going to convert the other 2 to millimetres. Because we can't compare anything unless they're in the same units. So both of these we're converting to millimetres. All right, so let's go. We're going from metres to millimetres. Millimetres are smaller than metres. So we're going to multiply by, your prefix is milli. That tells you 1,000, so you're going to times by 1,000. So if you do 0.3 times 1,000 on your calculator, you'll get 300. So it's 300 millimetres for A. Looking at B, we're converting from 29 centimetres to millimetres. We're going to a smaller unit. Millimetres are smaller than centimetres, so we're going to times. Now this bit's tricky and we're going to do more work on this next lesson, but because it came up in this question, I'll just talk about it now. But if you look at this question here, there's 2 prefixes. So we don't know which prefix to look at, because I told you to look for the prefix, but if there's a C here and an M here, which one do you look at? We don't look at either of them. You think of some other way of doing the question. Okay, so if you think about it, you've always got a ruler with you in your exams, and you should have always in your maths lessons. So look on your ruler. Now when you look at it, you will see that 1 centimetre is the same as 10 millimetres. So this number here, 10, is our magic number. That's what we're going to use up here. So when we know we're going to a smaller unit, so we know we're multiplying, and this time we're multiplying by 10. Okay, so that one's a bit tricky, but we'll do more of those next lesson. Okay, so that B becomes 290 millimetres. So to answer the question now, we're looking at A, 300 millimetres, B, 290 millimetres, C, 300 millimetres, and D, 160 millimetres. The shortest length out of all of those is 160 millimetres. So the answer is D. All right, doing a few more conversions just for a bit more practice. We're going from litres to millilitres. We're going to a smaller unit. So we're going to multiply. Our prefix, we only got 1 this time, 1 prefix. So that prefix is little m for milli, and milli is 1,000. So we are going to times by 1,000. So 2.2 times 1,000 is 2,200 millilitres. Over here, we're going from centimetres to metres. We're going to a bigger unit this time, so we will be dividing. The prefix is centi, C for centi, that's 100. So we're going to be dividing by 100. 235 divided by 100 is 2.35, and put your metres on the end. And the last example, we're going from kilometres to metres. That's a smaller unit, so we're multiplying. And we're going to multiply by kilo is 1,000. So timing 10.8 by 1,000, you'll get 10,800 and metres on the end. Okay, I hope you understand all of that now. We've done lots of practice, and we'll see you next lesson.